Hi everybody, this is just going to be a very quick video. I've not been on here in a while. I think the last time I was on here I told you guys about my dad, and that was probably February. It's going to be short because I'm going to lose it, and this is why I haven't been on here. Dad lost his battle with cancer on March the 30th of this year. It's just been, actually today's the 16th, so I think it's it's my niece's birthday. Jeez, I gotta call her. And Monday would have been Dad's 78th birthday. So, that's why I haven't been on. I am trying to find my new normal. I was a daddy's girl. Even at 55, I was still a daddy's girl. This is why I haven't filmed. I am still working through it, but it's only been 2 weeks. It's only been 2 weeks. I can't believe that. So, Dad had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma for years, and that was under control. And then he started having problems with skin cancer, basal cell carcinoma. Dad was a farmer at heart. We didn't live on a farm, but he grew up on a farm. And I'm in a lot of ways like my dad. I loved to garden. I loved my plants. Daddy loved to garden. He loved to sell. He was a hustler. And I learned to hustler from a very, very young age. I was very fortunate. I got to spend a lot of time with my dad there at the end. And the man was nonstop in talking. And I had the forethought to record a lot of those conversations, and they're up on my family YouTube channel. But anyway, Dad was a hustler from about the age of 14 or 15. He started hustling to make money. So he was born in 44, so 54, about 1960. No, I don't remember. I was born in 66. But anyways, he was a young man when he had me. He was 22 years old. Can you imagine that? Gosh, I can't. So, Dad was out in the sun a lot. Coupled with the fact that he was also, I have vivid memories of Dad in the gardens with that tank on his back spraying chemicals for the bugs and the weed, just the problems that you have with a garden. Anyone that's ever had a garden understands. And you're talking the late 70s, early to mid 80s, and we just didn't know what we knew now then. I never used sunscreen. We just never used sunscreen. Unfortunately, my middle sister has had 2 melanoma pieces of her skin body removed. One just recently. She kept putting it off because of Dad. And I lost a cousin to melanoma who I've already outlived. Selena was, she died in 2020, January. Her mom, my aunt, swears she had COVID because she said she had pneumonia, but they didn't diagnose her with pneumonia. She didn't test positive for pneumonia or whatever, but, and she aspirated, but she could very well have just drowned in her own fluid. I don't know. But anyway, Selena had melanoma, had been treated for melanoma with the same treatment that Jimmy Carter got. She was one of the first ones to get it, so she did really well on that treatment. But still, it's just in the family. They didn't know. And even when I knew better, I don't know that I knew better. You just know. You just don't know. You didn't know back then like what you know now. So regardless, my sister has had 2 melanoma, and her daughter, my niece Ashlyn, who is 20 years old, has had one melanoma spot removed from her. So it's very common in my family, and that's what Dad succumbed to. But his was basal cell carcinoma. And I'm going to get a little graphic, so turn off the video now if you can't handle this. But literally every morning there were new places popping up on his skin, all over his body. It actually got into his lymph system and traveled. And your lymph system travels all around the periphery of your body. And it was a nightmare. I mean, my dad was in so much pain. I was begging God to take him at the end, because I think he was put into a coma because of the amount of morphine we had to give him. And I say we because we had to give it to him. There was no nurse with hospice now. You don't get someone to stay with you. It's just not the way it works now. But we were advised by a nurse to give him morphine every 15 minutes. And that was just to try to get it under control. And that was just because he was screaming out in pain. So please wear your sunscreen. Go get your skin checked if you're above the age of 50. A lot of people don't know this. I learned this in school. One of the things my fine education taught me, around the age of 70, things just manifest in your body. It's just like a light switch. Some people, it happens a little earlier. Some people get lucky and it happens a little later. But it's going to happen. Get your body checked by a dermatologist. Wear your sunscreen. If you're younger, wear your sunscreen. I mean, I'm 55 and I'm already having things. I mean, I've noticed, even before this with my dad, I've had stuff pop up on my skin that hasn't been there before. And I had on the shoulder 4 years ago basal cell carcinoma removed, and it presented itself in a way that I wasn't sure. I thought it was just something, honestly, I thought I'd burned myself somehow with the curling iron, and it just wasn't healing. It just never healed. It scabbed over. It was scabby for a while. Dad's was like that. It was a white scabby place, round, circular, sometimes oblong. But mine was just, it never healed. It was just a little red, pinkish spot. And I was just at the dermatologist for something else. And I had her check it. She did a biopsy on it. And sure enough, it came back as a basal cell carcinoma. I had another one on my breast that was checked years ago. And it came back basal cell carcinoma. And that tells me that I got that when I was a youngster running around without a shirt on and probably got sunburned. I learned in college that for every sunburn you get, you increase your chances of skin cancer by 10. So, yeah, I'm pretty toast. But get yourselves checked. I have to set my appointment up. I was at my regular doctor yesterday, got my referral, and we'll get my schedule, mine set up. So get yourself checked. But that's the reason I haven't been filming. I've been selling. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about how you work through something like that, because I did work through it. But looking back, I've got things that I would improve. Emergencies happen. Things happen. I was out of my store for, I only worked like 7 days the whole month of March. So I was out of my store for a while, at least 30, 45 days I was out of my store. Out of this area, I would come home and work a few days. They'd call me back. I'd go back down. So I just want to talk about that. So I will talk to y'all later, and Get yourself checked. Skin cancer it's not a good way to go. It's not a good, I don't know there is a good way to go unless you go in your sleep. I mean, I do hear about that every now and then. I'm just like, thank God they went in their sleep. And even then, we don't know if it was painful or not. It just may have been short-lived. Not like what Dad went through. That was just awful. Just awful. Anyways, have a great day. It's Easter weekend. Enjoy your families. Bye.